Big facts once again is on. Yo, in this video I'm gonna show you mystic evidence that Tupac was Black Jesus, because in this life the spirit will always reveal itself. So here we go, man. And everything with Tupac adds up to 7. And 7 is a holy number, y'all. Let's begin. Tupac was born June 16th. 1 plus 6 equals 7. The year 1971. 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 1 is 18. 8 minus 1 is 7. Tupac was 25 when he died. 2 plus 5, 7. Tupac was shot on the 6th of September. Died 7 days later on the 13th. 7. Tupac died at 4:03 p.m. 7. Yo, this is not coincidence that the number 7 keeps showing up in this man's life. Tupac named his album Machiavelli's 7-Day Theory. On the album, Tupac said he'd return in 7 days. Tupac depicted himself as Black Jesus. 7 outlaws appeared on All Eyes on Me, Fatal, Castro, Gaddafi, Edie, Napoleon, Big Psych, Mopreme. The number 7 is related to inner wisdom, mysticism, intuition, and inner strength. All characteristics of Tupac. Inner wisdom, mysticism, intuition, and inner strength. Come on, man. If that ain't Pac, what is? 7 was symbolic in ancient Near Eastern and Israelite culture and literature. It communicated a sense of fullness or completeness. There you go. Number 7 is a sign of completeness. It is done. The number 7 is widely used throughout Revelation, including in reference to 7 churches, 7 bowls, 7 seals, 7 trumpets, 7 thunders, 7 spirits of God, 7 stars, 7 lampstands, 7 eyes and horns of the Lamb of God, 7 heads and diadems of the dragon, and 7 heads of the beast in the book of Revelation. Since the dawn of time, people from various cultures as well as religions have held that the number 7 represents the sacred union between the universe and God. According to the Puranas, the Brahmanda is divided into 14 worlds. 7 are upper worlds: Baluka, the earth; Bhavraloka, Sarvaloka, Mahaloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, and Sataloka. And 7 are lower worlds: Atala, Vatala, Satala, Tatatala, Mahatala, Razatala, and Patala. God created the world and rested on the 7th day. 7 represents God. Even Nas said Tupac was a God man. So yeah, the spirit will reveal itself always in your life. And the spirit revealed himself in Tupac's life all the time. We heard evidence from the spirit in Tupac's music. And when he died, we see the evidence that he was a God man. We see 7 kept showing up in Tupac's life. Even an article was written about this. A newspaper article was written about this a long time ago, about the number 7 showing up in this man's death. And 7, like I said, symbolizes completeness. It is done. You know, God created the earth and rested on the 7th day. You know what I'm saying? So everything is written. Our lives is written. So it was fate that night when Tupac died, when Tupac got shot. That was fate. Nothing wasn't going to prevent that from happening. Tupac lived his life to the fullest, and he completed his life on September 13th, my birthday. It was done. And in the 6 days he was in the hospital is a sign of God creating the world, and rested. And when Tupac was taken, when Tupac died on the 13th, that was symbolism of God resting, and that was symbolism of it's complete. Closed the chapter on his book, the end. You know, the end of the book, the end of his book of life. His life is like a movie, a beautiful story from beginning to end. Tupac lived his life like a movie, and all of our lives is like a movie, whether you know it or not. We are living real life in the Truman Show. So Tupac was Black Jesus. Tupac was God. Even Nas said Tupac was a God man. So Nas has reflected deeply on Tupac. Has reflected deeply on Tupac's music, on his life, on his character, on his personality. Nas knows. Nas knows. It ain't hard to tell. Hey, like Nas said, it ain't hard to tell. He was a God man. He was prophetic in his words. He was wise in his words. And God symbolizes both good and evil. Tupac, we saw the both good and evil in Tupac. Because the 7 heavens and the 7 hells and the seven heavens and the 7 lower worlds represent the human body and represent what we have in all of us. We have good and evil within all of us. You know what I'm saying? And that's God. God has good and evil within him. That's what makes up the world. Yin and a yang. You know? And Tupac represented that in his life. And God showed us he was a God. He was a God man. He was Black Jesus. The Spirit showed us in his death, his completion, how all the 7s lined up. 2 + 5, 7. Come on, man. Died at 4:03 p.m. Come on, man. Tupac named his album Machiavelli's 7-Day Theory. Come on, man. Tupac made a video, I Ain't Mad at You. Come on, man. Yeah, so this has been my presentation on Tupac being Black Jesus. Now, I'm not saying we need to worship Tupac. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying the man, like Nas said, was a God man. And he was in touch with his mysticism. He was in touch with his mystic nature. Tupac was in touch with his intuition, like everything it says about 7. Tupac knew he was going to die. Tupac was at peace with it. You know, because we all going to die one day, right? Tupac had inner wisdom, a mystic nature, inner strength. He lived his life to the fullest. So there shouldn't be us thinking how can he shouldn't have died that day. It was a mistake. No. Everything happens for a reason. It was written for Tupac to go over there. The spirit was in Tupac and made Tupac go over there and punch Orlando. It wasn't because what's his name whispered in his ear. It wasn't because Trayvon Lane whispered in his ear that made Tupac jump. Nah, it was written from the beginning like a book what Tupac would do. God already wrote the script in his life. He already wrote the script in all our lives on what we would do and on what we do. So any move you make has already been written. God just showed us that he was Tupac in human form. That Tupac represents himself. The number 7. God showing us he's basically Tupac, Black Jesus. The number 7. He showed us at the end of Tupac's life, hey man, that was me. And now I'm complete. I'm going to show y'all that was me because I'm finna let y'all see all these 7s. I'm finna line up all these 7s and nothing is coincidence. I'm finna show y'all by adding up all these 7s. Y'all gonna see all these 7s related to Tupac. That's it for me, man. Big facts. Peace.